Good morning, mateys. It's Saturday, uh, June 8th already, 2024. It's 6 a.m. and I am in Ironwood Monument, Arizona. 6 a.m. The birds are already been awake for a couple hours before me. I'm here on Steve and Oki's property in the monument. The sun is rising above the mountains. That would be the Catalina Mountains, I believe, to my east. We only have one UFO in the sky. It is very, very beautiful here. It's a notch of paradise carved out of the desert. Oki has so many plants that she nurtures. Lots and lots of succulents of different types. And there is Lucas and Steve. They're on their morning, I think they're on their morning play now. They've already done their snake walk around the perimeter of the property. So now that the snake walk is done, it's playtime. Lucas is out there somewhere waiting to see which way Steve will toss the ball.
Yeah, he brings the ball and then drops it on the ground, and then he takes off and he goes and he runs and hides behind a bush and then waits for me to throw it. So that's what I'm doing now. Come over here. I'll show you the bush he's behind.
He's got a favorite bush?
Yeah. Keep following the trail, and I'll wait and I'll throw the ball when you get out there.
I gotcha. No snakes, right?
No snake.
Okay.
If you see one, don't step on it.
All right. I'll point. I see where he's waiting. Yep. Good boy, Lucas. Good boy. Bring it to Daddy. Or not. Yeah. And there's Ragged Top. Steve and I are planning on doing a little bit of an excursion. Probably Sunday. Here he goes. His ear is turned up. This is Steve's and Lucas's morning routine. They do the perimeter walk of the property, walk around, and if Lucas sees a snake, then Steve will take care of it, and then after that is playtime. It's 71 degrees right now, a very, very light breeze, unlike last night where they had quite a breeze. I was standing out here at 8:30 p.m. The sun was going down. Very beautiful sunset. And the wind was probably about 20 miles per hour, maybe a little less. But I was reminded of that song, "There's a warm wind blowing the stars around," and I'd really love to see you tonight. It was a moment, standing out here in the very, very warm breeze, as if you were by a campfire. He's waiting. And here comes Daddy way over there. He's waiting. Ta-da! Good boy, Lucas. Good boy. What a blast. Now, it's not been all fun and games. We've done some chores. Well, mostly Steve did chores. I'm supposed to still take it easy. Not supposed to lift a whole lot with my right hand just yet. And I will say that I'm recuperating. I'm not quite as energetic as I was a month ago, let's say. But I'm definitely feeling better. I'm definitely breathing better. The stent is apparently doing its job. I have more energy. Look at that beautiful saguaro. That's just incredible. The desert environment is oh so different than what I am accustomed to. And you really do have to be perhaps more aware of your surroundings. And more important than anything else, you have to stay hydrated. So the first thing Steve and I will do when we get in the house is drink 4 or 5 gallons of water.
Right. It's time to feed the fish.
Oh, good. I imagine Sundance is picking up a little bit of sunlight here in the lens. But look at, they know it's feeding time. These koi, these goldfish, if you will, they know that Steve is coming. It's time. If you have a chance, please visit Desert Adventures in Arizona. He has underwater film of these babies. The big white one is what, 23, did you say?
Around 25 years old.
25 years old.
The koi, that's the one koi that I have. And she's pretty old. So I always make sure I feed her first. Because I don't think her eyesight is real good right now.
Wow.
Because you can see when she tries to get the food off the surface, she's not real accurate.
Not
so
focusing
I always drop
good.
the food in front of her, right in front of her, so she eats first.
I'll be darned.
And then I put flakes in for the rest.
Well, she should eat first. She is the matriarch queen.
That's right.
And then she has her little hiding spot back there.
Yeah, on the back.
I love it.
Yeah, this used to be my spot after work. I'd come and sit on the bench and just relax and decompress right here. This is my Zen spot.
Zen. I like it.
Yeah. And then I've got a little waterfall over on the other side.
Yeah, I was going to walk over that way. My battery is still holding out. Didn't think of it yesterday to grab more batteries out of the camper, but that's okay. There she is hiding back there.
What kind of battery does it use?
Double A's.
Oh, I've got fine.
A nice little waterfall that Steve built that goes down into the pond and then of course recirculates through a swimming pool style pump. All these posts that you see, because he worked for an electrical co-op, he was able to acquire posts that had been taken out of service and use them for fence posts and whatnot.
I see a red light out front.
That means that I'm recording you.
Oh, you're recording me?
Yeah.
You like my ball? So Lucas follows me around as I'm doing my morning chores, and I'll throw the ball and then he'll bring it back, and then I have to pay attention to where he drops it, because as soon as he drops it, he takes off to his bush again.
Ah.
And so that's the trick in the morning, is where did Lucas drop his balls?
I love it. This is the back porch area where afternoons, when the sun gets up in the southern sky, it can be cooking on the other side of the home. Yesterday when we arrived back from Sierra Vista, it was 113 degrees.
All right, we're going to check the water hole.
Water hole,
Yeah,
okay.
down here at the fence line.
Oh, yes. Where you have the nature cam.
Ignore the poop on the ground. I'll be picking that up later. Don't look at it.
Okay,
Ignore it.
won't look at it. It wasn't Lucas's fault. Had to be intruders. Another thing to note on Desert Adventures in Arizona, oh, there's the ball, is that
She'll take off.
so throw it this way, Daddy. I'm going this way. What a lot of energy.
He'll bring it back. Come on, bring it back. He wants me to walk that way.
Now here he comes.
Yeah. Because that's our normal routine. I'll just walk the path.
Right.
Anyway, this is our water hole for the desert critters. Our property goes across the wash, and where the trailer is over there, the fifth wheel, it stops up there. So this is all open to the desert, and then I keep a water hole here for the javelina, the foxes, the coyotes, all those critters that need water in the summertime, especially when it gets hot.
And then protected in this box is your trail camera.
Yeah.
And I was impressed with the quality, especially of the nighttime shots from the trail camera. It's motion activated and amazing. The javelinas, we haven't seen any clowns yet, but we're waiting. The reason for the wire is because cattle, this is open range out here, and cattle will come to the water. Cattle can smell water for 10 miles, and they will seek it out. And if you're wanting to keep your water for the game, if you will, well, you're going to have to enclose it as much as possible. Or the cattle will come in here and leave you presents, trample everything, and drink all your water.
And that's exactly what happened. And I talked to the rancher who owns the cows, and I said, hey, your cows are drinking all my water. And he said, well, you have water, so the cows will stay there until you fence them out. So I had to learn how to be a rancher and put fence up, and it took a while before I could get it strong enough to where the cows couldn't just push it over. So it's pretty good right now, and it's keeping them out right now.
This is Steve's version of a 3,500 acre ranch. I love it.
Yeah, we love it out here. Now, what we do in the mornings, it was how hot yesterday?
112,
112 here, right?
Yeah.
So it gets hot early. And so we're up at 5, and we're out doing chores right away. And then once it starts warming up, it hits 90, 95, it's time to go in and watch Captain Jack Scrapper on YouTube.
I love it. I love it.
So we do everything in the early morning, and then you notice when the sun was just about ready to go down last night, it starts to cool off. It gets into the 90s, and then I'm outside doing whatever I need to do.
Yeah, you were doing a lot of chores last night.
Yeah.
All I was doing was my laundry.
That's important too.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of laundry, I've been trying for a while to figure out when was the last time that I did laundry in the way that I did laundry last evening. Okay, so I used Okie and Steve's washing machine, the normal routine. They have a laundry room, and at one point Okie said, well, let me take care of the outside so that you have room. And I said, room for what? I didn't quite comprehend what she meant. Well, then I found out what she meant was, there's my laundry. So when I say I'm airing out my shorts, I really, really mean it. I think it's been 43 years since I used a clothes line to dry my clothes. And they're dry overnight. They're definitely, don't have to worry about bounce or any of that stuff. They're nice and dry. The landscaping that Steve and Okie have done, and this little home, as said earlier, carved out of the wilderness.
Yeah, it was bare land when we bought it in 2003. And first thing I did was start planting trees, because in the desert, shade is very important.
Right.
Intense sun, it's hard to work and live in it. You need shade, especially when you have low humidity like we do. If you can have shade, you can actually sit down over 100 degrees, sit down underneath the tree, and you'll be okay.
And have a siesta.
Siesta. With his ball. He'll drop it when he's ready. So solar is important too, right?
Yep.
So I got these panels used from Santan Solar, which is a great family-owned company. They were retired from a solar farm, and I brought them home, and I feed 3 lithium batteries, and I put an inverter on there, and that window air conditioner unit there you see in the window, I run that off of the batteries.
Let's see, my bearings. Okay, my bedroom is in that corner,
Yeah.
and then that's your office.
Yeah.
What probably was another bedroom at some point in time.
Yeah, and it's our backup bedroom.
Right.
We have all the kids over.
Sure. Very, very impressive.
This is 20 years worth of effort here. And then we collect water. We collect rainwater over here. So put these water cisterns in.
Water is super precious. I've become a little more conscious. Even toiletries, you learn to conserve. Bathing, laundry, you name it. Don't waste water. It's an extremely precious commodity here in the desert, especially. I'm of the opinion that it's a precious commodity, period, no matter where you live. In Michigan, we tend to, you know, oh, I left the sprinklers on overnight. Well, out here you would not do that. You would give the
well put in, back in 2005, the year after we bought the property. The well we were on, which was a shared well from across the road, didn't have enough to supply water that we needed. So we drilled our own well, and it did fine for about 10 years. But as the water table and the drought worsened, we didn't get the output that we normally get. And the well that we have drilled on our property, we share with another neighbor. And so there's not enough water in the heat of the summer, which is typically June, July, August. So we have to be very careful because it starts sucking air. There's not enough water to water everything.
I was pointing the camera the opposite direction, didn't realize it.
So I haul water to keep the citrus trees going because we're low on water.
Right.
So.
What did curiosity? What do you have to pay for? What is that? 1,000 gallons of water that you have there?
It's about $4 for 1,000 gallons.
For 1,000 gallons. Well, it's not as bad as I thought you were going to say.
Both of those totes there are about 550 together.
Okay.
So we can haul about 550 gallons together.
Right.
And so 2 loads is about $4. So it's not too bad.
And so then you transfer pump it into
We just gravity drain it.
Gravity drain, okay.
Into the citrus trees over here. We have an orange tree and a grapefruit tree on the other side of the clothesline.
And then the home gets
We
its...
can see it. We could probably see it, but there's all these clothes in here. I don't know, some nomad showed up with his laundry.